That's it. I guess it's all done. It's all gone. Bull market is over. Bitcoin going to 50 grand and altcoins going to zero. Welcome to my channel, Zeus on Crypto here. So let's check it out what the hell is going on here. Uh, yeah, so like you see people writing Bitcoin bull is over. Traders say with 50% Bitcoin price will crash warning. So is it really gonna happen? So Bitcoin dropped below key support levels today. Uh, could be a sign as that 2025 bull run is over as a trader sets 52,000 target as a bear market. Uh, yeah, that's the market sentiment. We've been demolished for the last 2 weeks with macro, with the Trump, with liquidations on the market, uh, with what's going on behind the curtains. That everybody betting on Bitcoin go down and altcoins been crashing. So that's the sentiment for the last 2 weeks, and everybody think we going pretty much since now down, and is no way out. So let's check what happened for the last 2 weeks on the market. So that's the market coin gecko right now. We are at 3 point almost 8 billion. I guess we've been liquidated at 3.8 trillion. We've been down all the way till 3.5, if I'm not mistaken, or 3.6 trillion. So Bitcoin hovering around 109. You went all the way till 101 flash crash 2 weeks ago, exactly when we talk about uh, tinfoil hat that it's Trump's son or whoever it is, and the hyper liquid uh, liquidate all market and all altcoin markets, of course. So Ethereum went to Ethereum hovering around 3,900. BNB pretty much minus $200 from all-time high was 1,300. Solana is around $200, 190. So yeah, it doesn't look too pretty because we are when below was what was the peak 120 peak was 126 for the Bitcoin, somewhere around. So if we're gonna keep hovering around 100 or below, I don't think it's gonna be pretty, but I believe we still not in a bear market. I think we still have some chances to go up, and we still have some gas in the tanks for the maybe next 3 6 months, or maybe more or less. So yeah, that's the crypto bubbles chart. Yeah, on hourly, it's all red. On the daily, actually, fairly green, and yeah, not bad. But it's after liquidation from 2 weeks ago. It's green, but it's not that really green, overall. If we look, yeah, on monthly, here's some coins. Zcash, it's pumping like a crazy. So yeah, that's the only one coin, and I don't even know what is this coin. So let's talk macro. What's going on? So of course, Trump clowning around as always. So from World Affairs, China says plan to impose 1,000% tariffs on the U.S. if trade wars continues. Of course, Trump, the one who started all of these tariffs and fuck around, I guess, with the G and other countries. So I thought it's all been done a couple months ago, but apparently because of the rare earth, China has like most of the rare earth in their countries, and I guess Trump wants that, and they have beef between each other. So yeah, here back and forth. So China says BRICS currency will soon replace US dollar. Yeah, I don't know about that. Nobody really cares about BRICS. Yeah, BRICS is huge, of course, from all of the countries combined together, but I don't think we're gonna have BRIC currency running the world. And here's back and forth. The US warns China that with new tariff, President Trump says China may 155% tariff if there are no trade deal by November 1st. Yeah, that's getting ridiculous. And apparently, Trump signs critical minerals and the rare earth trade deal with Australia to counter China. Yeah, I don't know how much they have rare earth in Australia, but not not that much in China for sure, like in China. And yeah, here's the meme. I will meet with G. I will not meet with G. I will meet with G. So yeah, Trump f around with his tweets, and of course, we are hurting. Stock market not hurting so much, but it's I guess going down a little. But crypto market pretty much getting demolished. So that's not cool, you know. Gold pumping. We'll talk about gold a little bit. The last, I guess, for the last year. So yeah, and here's from Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve, to hold conference on Bitcoin. What it would happen already in the past, a couple of days ago, and crypto payments, which is yet in October 21st. Yeah, he held the conference, and it was crypto market pumped a little bit, but it's apparently went down again. So sentiment doesn't look too pretty. And here's with all of this insiders was a couple days ago. Insider Bitcoin Whale has increased their short position to the 121 million with 10,000 leverage. So yeah, apparently it's the same insider was that liquidate the market 2 weeks ago on Friday. So we need to get rid of all of these liquidations, and I guess they're gonna all wipe it off the markets, and then maybe when we're all cleared up, market's gonna go up, but not now apparently. So yeah, and here's some charts from Whale Guru. It's been pretty positive. Stop being bearish on Bitcoin. We're no longer in 4-year cycle. There is no bull run. There is no bear market. Bitcoin is new SPX. Being bearish on Bitcoin is now it's like being bearish on SPX in 2010. You're not ready for mega rally. So I guess we're on that chart right now. So we're hovering somewhere around 110 grand. Yeah, I'm not sure about if we are still in a 4-year cycle or not, but I believe so. We are shifting towards over of the it's coming to the end to the 4-year cycle. It's usually been aligned with the election, with American election, of course, and apparently Satoshi made the particular or organized alignment towards the SPX, S&P 500, and everything was being aligned together with the crypto market, of course. But since everything's shifting towards crypto adoption, towards Bitcoin adoption and other altcoins, so we might eventually actually come into the end. And if we going or not going into bear market soon or later, I think it's not going to be as harsh as before. It might not going to be minus 80%, minus 90% going down. We might going to go have easier bear market, like maybe 6 to 12 months with the retracement, maybe if Bitcoin peak out maybe this year or Q1 next year, 26, like in 150, 180, we might gonna go down to the 90,000 or maybe usually it never go below to the previous election. So when Trump won the election, it was Bitcoin was I think $75,000. So if we follow the path, it might not go below 75,000 on the bottom of the bear market. So pretty much that's at least my idea and my speculation. So and yeah, let's talk gold a little bit. Everybody's going crazy about gold. So it's from Simply Bitcoin from Bloomberg.
As of mid-October 2025, gold has surged past $4,200 per ounce, marking a new all-time high and generating an approximate 60% gain year-to-date. Bitcoin, meanwhile, recently hit approximately 126,000 before a brief pullback, building on its earlier 2025 peaks above 100,000. These simultaneous records aren't coincidental. They reflect a unified investor response to macroeconomic headwinds, with the two assets increasingly moving in sync and correlations now at 0.85, nearing the historical peak. With Bitcoin and gold both rallying into uncharted territory, it could be signaling a warning about eroding trust in traditional systems. A few areas of concern are fiat displacement and inflation, geopolitical and policy uncertainty, and capital rotation with institutional shifts. Central banks are hoarding physical gold at record rates, not for profit, but as insurance against US dollar dominance and sanctions. Bitcoin fits as a private reserve counterparty. October volatility, fueled by US government shutdown risk, escalating global tensions, and the Fed easing into potential stagflation has contributed to Bitcoin and gold finding a bid. Gold outperformance versus Bitcoin has overweighted portfolios, priming a rebalance. Analysts expect flows to rotate into Bitcoin for its higher beta. Gold's strength hints at a hard asset awakening, while Bitcoin continues its maturation from speculative vehicle to legitimate store of value.
Yeah, so gold been pumping, if I'm not mistaken, like almost 100% for the last year or two. We don't know, it's crazy, but let's see. Everybody's asking where is the retail? There's no retail in the crypto. Of course, there's no retail in the crypto. You know where they at? Right here. Retail is all here. They staying in the lines in Australia, in Vietnam, to buying the gold on the all-time highs, which is ridiculous, of course. Yeah, that's Australian rush to buy physical gold and silver in lines wrap around the block outside ABC Bullion. Crowd storm shops in Singapore, Vietnam, Australia to buy the gold as a price hits a record high. Gold surges past 4,300 an ounce on Friday, headed for the biggest weekly gain since December 2008, driving geopolitical and economic uncertainty. It's growing U.S. rate cuts simultaneously as crypto market crashes. So yeah, retail is right here. How we know, because they buying the Bitcoin. I mean, buying the gold on the all-time highs, which is really ridiculous. It's only gonna go down from here, and people like think that it's gonna be double and triple, but we're gonna get back to the gold market cap, and we'll see how ridiculous it sounds, and we compare that to the Bitcoin market cap. So here's from Ash Crypto. Gold just hit a new all-time high of 4,074, which is, I think it's went to almost 4,400 recently. Bitcoin parabolic pump always starts after the gold forms the top, likely very soon. So yeah, actually, past cycles, it's been aligned that usually when economics crashing, and in the past cycles when gold hitting all-time high, usually Bitcoin follows in if I'm not mistaken 60 to 100 days after that, and peaks hit all-time high also. So gold is right now 27 trillion, and Bitcoin, it was gold hit not it was hit at $30 trillion when it was gold was 4,300, and Bitcoin was at 2.5 trillion. So if it's only 10% of the gold market cap rotates to Bitcoin, it will send approximately to $250,000 of Bitcoin. So here is the chart of the gold, and here we go. Gold is dumping, and Bitcoin is pumping. Money is rotating. So yeah, like we see right here on the graph, gold went almost, like I said, $4,400, and it's crashing right now. So we'll see how much is actual gold right now worth. From Ash also, gold making new all-time high is bullish for Bitcoin because the higher gold goes, bigger the Bitcoin pump will be when gold tops out and rally cools off. That when is banana rally starts, just like we saw before parabolic runs on both markets and uh, bull markets in 17 and 21. So here's the prediction of most of the people. They say it's 150 to 180 in a quarter, in the quarter four, or maybe next year in 26 quarter one. So we'll see. Well, that's the ideas of the last bull market. If it's gonna follow us or not, if Bitcoin gonna follow the gold or not. So from Crypto Rover, golden market cap jumped from 18 trillion, which is previous cycle, to 30 trillion. There's 12 trillion increase. If same 12 trillion were flown to Bitcoin, it will be $600,000, which is simple math, he said. So yeah, and that's the reality of the investing of the Bitcoin and gold. With $1 investment from the commenting sailor, $1 invested in Bitcoin in 2010 would be 120 million today, and it would be only $4 for the gold. So that's when everybody, if somebody telling you that gold don't perform Bitcoin, you can show them that, and they can shut their mouth pretty much. And here is the let's reload that. It's assets, all assets of the world by the market cap. So here we go. Yeah, it went almost to 30, almost $1 trillion, and now it's dumped to 28 and 7. So yeah, you can compare right now gold. It's the biggest asset in the world, and people buying it right now on the all-time highs. Can you guys imagine if you want to double your gold? How much? What's the? It has to be $60 trillion market cap of the gold. Would it be 60 trillion? No, that's outrageous. It will be maybe one day, but and look on the Bitcoin market cap, it's only 2.2 million, 2.2 trillions with 110,000 of the dollars of the Bitcoin. So yeah, that's the reality and companionship of the assets of the Bitcoin and gold. So yeah, and now we would think which better asset? Well, it's up in to your opinion, guys. So, but it obviously to me it's Bitcoin. Here's from Altcoin Daily, but it's from Earl Paul. Let's listen to that about 4-year cycle theory.
Bitcoin sort of not wildly off to the races yet. And it's this chart. Bitcoin is basically, this is a detrended Bitcoin. And it's basically the ISM, which is the business cycle. Remember, we've always said it's the business cycle stupid. It is always the business cycle stupid. And all of these people who claim it's the 4-year cycle based around this and that, they don't understand the fundamental of what the business cycle is, why there's a 4-year cycle in everything. And we've explained it, and we'll go through it in great detail tomorrow in our Everything Code presentation. But basically, it's following the ISM. And rates have been following the same pattern. You see, rates should have come lower. They need to come lower because we need to roll the debt. We've talked about this. That's part of the Everything Code, fundamental part. And ISM, because rates are so high, has meant that Main Street has been screwed while Wall Street's made money from debasement. Earnings versus scarce assets. This is the issue that they need to solve, and they need to get rates lower. They get rates lower. Why? Why do we have an elongated business cycle that looks like virtually no other real other time? It's because, and I only just found this out redoing the work on the Everything Code recently, is that in 2021-22, they actually extended the maturity of the debt from 4 years to 5 years. So that extension of the maturity of debt has pushed out the business cycle a year. The 4-year cycle this time around is a 5-year cycle. We don't know what the next one will be until we see where they all end up getting refinanced, whether it comes back to 4 because they managed to get some stuff at the long end, or whether they shorten it because everything's in the short end. We don't know yet. But this one is a 5-year cycle. And this is what it looks like. The 5.4-year sine curve, 5.4 years is the exact average weighted maturity of the debt. And it tells us the ISM should peak by 2026. We think liquidity probably peaks before that, as the rate of change of ISM changes and the rate of change of liquidity changes. Our best guess remains well into 2026, probably Q2.
Yeah, so pretty much he's explaining it might be gonna be instead of 4 or 5 year cycle, and like everybody's thinking it may be elongated cycle towards. He said Q2, maybe I think it's Q1 or maybe this year. So what was the explanation? So yeah, everything's world sentiment is pretty bad. We drown in a debt. All pretty much world, all countries drown in debt. But what happened right now is Fed's gonna start cutting the rates. I mean, he did start it, but I guess Trump and Jerome Powell have beef with each other. But next year Trump bring his own guy in May, new Fed Reserve guy, and obviously he gonna do what Trump's saying. He gonna start cutting the rates, and you know what's gonna happen, right? Housing markets start gonna go up. Everybody would be can afford sell or buy the houses, so maybe prices gonna start going up. Injection liquidity of the money gonna start coming to government gonna start printing money. So, and usually what happened with that, it's exactly what happened with Corona time in 2020. Everything start exploding and going up. So it's gonna happen what's happening right now with the gold. It's gonna go follow up with the crypto market, and a stock market apparently it's on all-time highs and it's doing well, but I think it's still gonna push higher, even stock market. So yeah, that's the reality. I think it's sentiment of the world it looks bad, but we still didn't even start the printing. So when they're gonna start printing all of these checks, all of this money, it's gonna be big, and I think we still not the it's not the over and it's not the bear yet. So yeah, that's what here we go. What happened with the from 0x Nobler crypto billionaire Andrew Kang just got liquidated for 150 million. He was non-stop short in Ethereum and Bitcoin since last week. Guess the not billionaire anymore. So yeah, that's what happening when you when you're trying to short the market. I mean, you don't want to short the Bitcoin and crypto market, especially Bitcoin, because you don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna rip your face off if you gonna f around with that. So, but yeah, that's kind of crazy. $150 million got liquidated. I've been liquidated, but not. I don't have that money to be liquidated on that way. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So yeah, be careful with trading because it's very dangerous. I think even if it's bear or bull market, you should guys just hold the spot, Bitcoin spot, another altcoin, however you prefer, and you'll be all right. Yeah, maybe gonna be bear market for 6, 12 months, maybe shorter, maybe longer, but you'll be all right. You hold in the bag, you hold in your wallet, hopefully cold wallet, and yeah, it's fine. It's going to go 90, but then it's going to go to 200,000, maybe some other assets too. So you guys better hold the spot. So that's the reality, you know? So I didn't show this, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's the pretty much Andrew Kang, he got liquidated for 150 million. Yeah. Yeah. And from Carl Menger, nothing matters until everything does. Just see what happened during the Weimar hyperinflation and how fast 8 years ago US debt was 20 trillions. Now we just hit 38 trillions and projected smash 60 trillions by 2034. Nothing stops the train. Bitcoin insurance against the fiat debasement. So yeah, it's a great Deutschmark used to be, not anymore. So look at that. Let's check the debasement. So in January 1990 was for the, what do we got here? How inflation would happen. It was for 1 ounce of the gold. It was 1990. It was cost only 170 Deutschmarks. It was 1919, right? So then 1921 was 2175, 2,175 Deutschmarks, and then look at that. In 2022, 1 year later, is 33,000. Then is 1 year later again. It was crazy. It was 269 million. That's crazy how it went pretty much down the shit in 1923. And here is the went to the billions. No, it's, yeah, here's went to the billions and here went to the trillions. So yeah, that's the reality of the money, and that's the reality of that's the reality pretty much of the all empires: German Empire, British Empire, Roman Empire. They all have timeline. It's usually 100, 150 years and then it's gone. So I guess we are right now is an American empire, right? US, United States of America, and it's already past 150 years. So is a dollar gonna be valuable as it before? Probably not. So what's gonna be next empire? I don't think it's gonna be any other empires or countries or sovereignties. I think it's gonna be our own sovereignty, which is probably Bitcoin. So maybe new empire is gonna be not country or not some kind of power. Maybe it's gonna be its own power, independent human power. Maybe it's gonna be Bitcoin. So think about that, guys. And yeah, invest what is right for you. And if you guys watching this channel, I'm sure you know what's right. So yeah, guys, I think that's all I have for today. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for being here. All right, Zeus here, out.